Hello, this is Jackie Ray, and we are in my creative cave. Welcome to Saturday morning coffee and a card. Today we are going to make a fun fold slimline card. But before we get started, I'm just going to share the video, the live to Facebook, so I can catch some people there. Here we go. Okay, and if you're watching it, if you could share it too, that would be great. I will later on when I can edit it, then it'll be on my Facebook page as well. So I just have a couple things real quick to share with you. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit. There. Okay, so our next paper pumpkin, which you can subscribe to now, it will bill on the 10th and usually ships shortly thereafter. Actually, it bills on the 11th. You have until the 10th to sign up for this paper pumpkin. It will make cute little gift boxes for gift cards. You can always turn those into cards, and I will show you how to do that probably in a video for paper pumpkin alternatives. But the title of this paper pumpkin is Good Things Come in Small Packages. So I think they're super cute. And the exciting thing is for that, there is a add-on that you can buy to make coordinating cards to go with it. So here is the add-on, and you can see that it will have all the supplies you need to create. The paper pumpkin will have all the supplies you need to create 16 gift card holders to each of 8 designs. And then you can buy the Good Things card and envelopes add-on to have 16 cards to coordinate with the gift card box. And it's only $10. You can actually order that now if you wanted to. The colors are really pretty, soft colors. So that's pretty exciting. There's also a brand new kit called Timeless Greetings. I love the style of this. Great for masculine cards. I enjoy everything steampunk, and this just kind of, I could easily add some elements to this card to give it a steampunk flavor. So I'm really excited about that kit. There's also another beautiful suite of product called Fitting Florets. It's available through January 4th. Now some of this stuff will be in the next mini catalog, but not all of it. And you can save on the whole collection when you are, or you can save on the bundle 10% when you buy it as a bundle. Here are the products that are in the Fitting Florets. And my favorite part about those are these dies up here. These cute, let me scoot this down, totally out of the frame here. The cute oval dies. So I love those. And the stamp sets are pretty. I didn't realize that these had Christmas stamps in them. Wow. Look at the pretty paper. I'm always in love with the pretty paper. So if you're watching, you can give me a hello in the comments. I see Kelly Ball. Hey! Okay. Then here is the most exciting part, is starting on the 15th. We have a seasonal sale, and it will go through the 18th. And there's a bunch of stuff that's going to be on sale. So you'll be able to get, this is only for the annual catalog, and 10% off of punches, 15% off of all stamps except for host stamp sets, 20% off of all dies, 20% off of all embossing folders, and 20% off of all non-specialty designer series paper. So this is a great time to get things off your wish list. Also to buy gifts for your stamping, crafting friends. It's a great savings, and it doesn't happen real often. So take advantage of the seasonal sale. If you shop with me, please use the hostess code for November. I don't know if you can see it. I will put that in the details later on so that you can find that. You want to use the hostess code unless you're placing an order of $150, because if you place an order of $150, then you can earn your own Stampin' Rewards. And that is amazing because you get free stuff. Okay, so enough of the commercial. I almost had that down, hold on, where you could see the hostess code. So maybe now you can see it. I'm going to scoot this over here like so. Okay, I'm still playing around, getting used to where my camera should be. I feel like I need to raise it up just a little bit next time so that I can get more showing here. Okay, so we're going to make a slimline card, and we're going to start off with a piece of cardstock. And I'm just going to grab, let me see, I don't know if I want that color. We need a full sheet of cardstock. So, well, since it's sitting right here, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go with the vanilla. Okay, so here's a vanilla sheet of cardstock. I have it oriented. Don't mind me. I often mispronounce words. So this is oriented the portrait way. So we have the 8.5 going this way and the 11" going this way. We're actually going to take off a 1/4 inch here so that this will be 8 1/4 inch. So let's get the trimmer out. Okay. And I am not really all that prepared today, so we're just gonna have to, it'll be a mystery. We can just be a mystery. What is this gonna look like when we're done kind of deal. So I'm gonna take off a 1/4 inch so that I end up with 8 1/4 by 11. Now I'm just gonna double check that I did that right. Pull my arm out here. 8 1/4 inch. Not quite. I didn't quite get it. Okay. I'm not sure why that happened, but that's fine. All right, so here we have our 8 1/4, okay, by 11. We're going to keep it this way. And grab our scoreboard. This is the Simply scoreboard, but any scoreboard will work. So I'm going to get that out. Here we go. And I'm going to put it in there. Great. I just want to make sure that I can see the board in the camera. So we're going to score at 2 3/4. Okay, so get a little scoring tool out. Here's the 2 inch line. 1/4, half, 3/4. So 2 3/4 score. Okay. Then we're going to turn it to the 11" side and do the same thing. 2 3/4 and score it. Whoops. Got a little slippery. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it again and score it again at 2 3/4. So this is pretty simple because you're just scoring it at 2 3/4 on every side. So I'm going to turn my paper again and score it at 2 3/4. And then our last score line here is going to be 5 1/2, which is down the center of the cardstock. So now you should have a fun grid of 12 squares. Okay, so we'll put the scoreboard away. And we have that, and we'll pull our trimmer back out. Okay. I do need to make another score line, but I'm just going to use my trimmer to do it. I'm going to line this up at 1 3/8. So that's just the between the 1/4 and 1/2 inch. Now I'm not going to score the whole thing. I'm going to go to the middle square here, which I can barely see, but it's between these two score lines. So I know that that's 2 3/4 inches. So I can use my ruler over here. So there's the 2 3/4 inch line. And I'm going to score from there to the score line over here in the middle, which is well, I'm not going to. All right, so I went a little bit far, but this is what you want. So you have your first top square, middle square here. You want to score it in half at 1 3/8. Okay, and then we're gonna turn it around and do it the same thing, the middle square. Okay. Whoops, and we're gonna do the 1 3/8 again and score it between the score lines, which it's difficult for me to see on mine for some reason, but I'm just gonna guess. Oh, I guessed pretty well on that one. So there it is. So I have a score line here in this square, and then I have a score line here in this square. Okay. Next, I'm going to line up my first score line. Okay, on the cutting track. And I'm going to start my cutter at this middle score line that I made. I'm going to have to stand up to see this. Okay. Oh yeah, I can see it better standing up. Okay, so that's where I want it to go. Right there. So I'm going to press down, and I'm going to take my cutter all the way to the middle score line down here. Here we go. And stop at the score line. Okay. So now you have a cut from here to here. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Line up the score line. Get your cutter next to the 1 3/8 line, score line here. Line that up. Punch a hole in the paper. Drag it down to that 1 3/8 score line down here. I did it. Kind of scary. All right, so this is what we have for our base. See? That's what it should look like. Okay. So now we're going to fold it on the score lines. So you have a score line here. Well, first let's score it on the, let's fold it on the halfway mark. So we'll fold it there first. Get my bone folder out. Okay. So we fold it in half this way. Okay. And now we're going to fold it in half. We're going to take this and fold it this way. Okay. And then flip it over and fold it this way. So we did an accordion fold. Okay. This is the front of the card right here. And when you open it up, it'll look like this. Okay. And now we're going to play around with this piece. So this score line, that halfway score line, we're going to fold that over and then fold it, buffer it, burnish it. That's the word I'm looking for, burnish. Okay, burnish, crease, get that fold going. And then so what you're going to do is you're going to push this piece in like that. Okay, and then this piece. So we're going to fold this line in. Sorry, this line. Fold that in. This is one of those things where you just have to play with the paper and train it. Okay. So now we have this interesting thing going on. There. Okay. Because what you want it to do is fold the opposite way than the top and the bottom. Yeah. So it'll look like that. How are we doing? Yep, super cute. The rest of this card, well, not quite. We need to cut a front and a back for the card. So we're going to stick with vanilla. So we're just creating a card base here. Okay. So we're going to get out another, actually, yeah, we're going to get out another piece of cardstock, 8.5 by 11. The same color that you used before. If you want, you can change it up if you like. Okay. So we got that. And now we're going to cut this paper up to use on finishing up this card base and also for some layers later. So I'll get my trimmer back out. I'm going to turn it landscape orientation. And I'm going to cut it at 3 inches. This is for the front and back of your base of your card. Whoops, not score. So 3 by, what you have now is 3 by 8.5. Remember, this is a slimline card, so you can put this in a business size envelope or in slimline envelopes. Okay, 3 inches. There we go. So now we have 2 of those. 3 by 8.5. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to cut is 2.5. And we're going to make 3 2.5 inch squares. So this is 2.5. We're going to turn it this way and cut this at 2.5. Oh, you know what? I should have used a different color I should have used a different color cardstock because it's not going to stand out. But that's okay. I'm just going to keep going. All right, so we have that. I can sponge it or something. All right, so now we have this piece left. It's 2.5 inches across. Okay, so we're going to turn it landscape and cut them at 1 1/8. We're going to need 4 of those. We just love those 1/8 inches, don't we? So there's 1. Two. Ah. 3. And 4. 1 1/8 by 2.5. So that's what these are. I think this one might be as well. No, no, that one's a little bit smaller. We're going to keep that one over there. Okay, so I have 4 of these, 1 1/8 by 2 1/2. Okay, and I have this scrap of paper. So I'm just going to put that scrap of paper over here because I don't need that right now. Okay, so we're going to bring back our card base and fold it down. Whoop. Okay, this is going to go here. You're gonna be centering that on, and then the back is gonna go on the back. You're gonna make a sandwich with your paper. You do not want to put glue here. You're only gonna put adhesive around here. Okay, you're gonna leave this blank because you don't want your pop-up piece to get glued down. So let's put some adhesive on here. And I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm probably just going to let you know how to embellish it. I probably won't go through the whole thing, so. But you got the base, and then it's just all about embellishment. Whoops. Sometimes I get too excited and am too rough with my Stampin' Seal. It takes a light touch. There we go. Remember, do not, oh no, I tore mine. Do not put adhesive here, okay? That will mess you up. So what I do is I put adhesive on it, and then I'm going to center it onto the card front, okay? And burnish it. So I got that part on. And now I'm gonna do this side. I love Stampin' Seal, but I always have to tell myself, light touch, light touch. It's very sticky. Your projects will not fall apart when you use it. This one's a little harder because you've already put the one on. So now it's about lining up the front with the back. And hoping that you got it. Check it out. Look at that. Isn't that really cool? I love it. So now the rest of this is just about putting some DSPs on here, maybe doing some stamping here. Yep. I will show you one that I finished. Okay, a friend of mine had showed me how to do this. So here is how I embellished the front with DSP. And then the inside and the back. And if you look on here, these squares that are, these black squares are these. So these are 2 1/2 squares in here. Then your paper on top of that would just be 2 1/4. Same thing with these. These go here. So these are 1 1/8. You would want to make your paper 2 7/8 inches wide by 2 1/4 inch long to mat on top of those. And then the DSP squares are 2 1/2. And these are a ton of fun to embellish. And then you can make something to go on the front of it, which I lost. Oh, there it is. So here's this little belly band I used with the scrap of DSP and the square. and then you can slide that on top to hold it all together. A ton of fun to make, and it's going to be a pretty wow card to send. And then all you need is a business size envelope for it to fit inside. So some slimline cards are a lot of fun, and they're different and exciting to make and to send. I hope you had fun watching this video, and I hope you have a great day. Happy stamping.